doesn't really care.
Yay.
Seemed like a
Well, it
really
can't
good
move.
idea.
Yeah, it's gonna be super slow.
Which will make it much easier to run away from.
Except I can't run.
Oil can.
I don't think we want to go first.
Yeah, apparently we really want the snake to be able to shoot another lightning bolt down the hall before we go.
So, I have an interesting question
Yes.
regarding a spell. And I'm going to read it and see if I can answer it on my own. But if I were to cast Shatter on something that's essentially solid gold, but still living, is it just going to take damage, or is it potential, like, it says inorganic material have... Oh, I guess they just have disadvantage on the save.
Yes. Just like a construct or something like that, it would
Okay.
count as being effectively. Well, it's non-organic.
Yeah.
It's a
And
big
it's,
snake.
it says a creature made of metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. I think that
This is now a creature made of metal.
It wasn't. It is now.
At least gold is a nice soft metal. I hope it's high carat gold.
Okay, we'll hold that off until my turn.
Alright, fantastic. Alright, so we'll take a really short break here, guys, and we'll come back in a couple of minutes. I need to grab a drink, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you shortly.
Flash Firestorm has doomed us all. With his elite Naga.
And I'm back.
I'm still here.
Awesome. Terribly sorry about the whole lightning bolt to the chest, by the way. Perhaps that was a bit rude.
It happens.
It does. It does.
Hurt a lot. I wish I had more water to drink.
Oh no, are you out of water?
Well, I mean, you know, the magic water that gives me back all my hit points.
Oh right, yeah, that one. Where is it? No, I know where it is. It's alright. I thought I had lost my player's handbook here, and I haven't.
It's probably incredibly valuable, Lizzie. I was actually walking up here to start chopping off pieces to take with us, but apparently it's still alive.
It is very much alive. Well, no, it's not. It's not alive at all. What are we talking about?
It was never alive. I mean, at one point
still
it was.
a threat. Let's use that
When
word
we met
instead.
it wasn't alive.
It is still a threat.
Yeah, that's not great.
Did I roll the right damage then? I think I did.
I hope if you made a mistake, I hope you rolled too much, not too little.
Amen.
It's more likely to be too little. Actually, Nate, you can check for me the lightning bolt spell.
yeah, I don't want to tell you because I'm pretty sure you rolled too few.
I'm pretty sure I rolled too few. I didn't roll well on my dice, but
Lightning
I think I
bolt is 8d6 lightning damage.
8d6. Yeah, I rolled too few.
Great googly moogly.
So I think Din's ready to agree with me that we are the prey, not the predator in this situation.
As a
You know that
metagame
scene in
thought-
Death Becomes Her where she gets shot through and through with the rifle? I feel like that's about to be me.
You need to take an additional 5 damage there, Din.
So I have a question about the gold curse. Do you think it's contagious, like when my bard turned blue? Like, if we were by some miracle to re-kill this Naga, would the gold from
Oh.
its corpse be usable, or would it also turn us into gold?
Or would the curse simply end?
I imagine for game balance reasons, it would also turn us into gold because that would be way too much gold for
Yeah,
us to have
because
right now.
walking out of here with like 8,000 pounds of gold is probably a little too much.
We can't carry it anyway.
All right, so
Yeah, your character has an overwhelming sense of dread when thinking about this gold. It's almost like he knows that it's too much for him to have at this stage. Yeah, it's metagame.
All right, so
Metagame.
let's do our quick episode recap so we can have the next episode for YouTube start here.
Fantastic. All right. I will do this one. So, we're just doing a session recap. So this session, we travelled down the corridor that we had discovered and came to a terminal. At the end of the terminal, Harbeck sort of was searching around, checking out the stonework, and he went voomp and disappeared. Flick followed him and went voomp and disappeared as well. The rest of the party decided to venture on without them because they didn't want to step into the voomp zone, so they travelled up and found a huge giant bone snake thing which charged at them. Rogar advised that it would be a fantastic idea to tactically retreat, aka run away. So they ran away, ended up in the room, the secluded treasure room with the rest of the party. In that treasure room, they discovered that the gold in the treasure room was cursed, and one of them, specifically Rogar, ended up with a golden foot for a short period of time. The party eventually broke down the door, managed to escape. They managed to ungold Rogar's foot with some of the pure water from the angelic fountain, and Brieg gathered a small bag of gems from that room. I forgot to tell you that, by the way. You've got a small bag of gems, various worths. You should probably make a note of. They decided that they wanted to continue exploring, but Brieg had a novel plan with Din, who came up with it. Din decided, let's put some gold on the bone thing. Brieg used Mage Hand to float some gold over onto the bone thing. The bone thing turned to solid gold. Everybody cheered. Yay, non-combat victory right there, until Din found herself unable to move, and then being struck full force by a lightning bolt to the chest, basically evaporating her HP bar. And that's where we're going to be starting the adventure now. I think that pretty much covers everything.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Are we in this turn order now?
I have not sorted the turn order. I have now. What's your dex bonus, Solana? Harbeck?
My dex bonus is...
Better than -5, I'm guessing.
Yes, considerably better.
You get to go before the bad guy then.
Okay. My move speed is to about here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's to about here. I would really like to interpose myself with Din, because it doesn't seem like she's going to be getting out of there. I originally had thought I might run over and hook her under the armpits and start dragging her out of this hallway, but I think it's better to go start pushing her so that I'm between her and more death.
So you're going to basically
So I'm
run...
going to spend both my actions just getting in there so I can start shoving her down the hallway to get out of this situation.
I just want
Okie
to point out I was better off when I was shooting it with the arrows.
Alright. Where is my...
Is that measurement accurate?
No.
These squares are 5 feet each, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Squares are 5 feet each. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. And... Okay, I just need to pull up... For some reason my player's handbook is being quite difficult. But I should be able to... Oh no, it's working now. Good, good, good. I just need to check what sort of save this is.
Come
Because
on.
even with a month to prepare, I'm not
Dex.
prepared properly.
Come on, dex save.
It's not a deck save.
Uh-oh.
Why are there so many CO spells? There we That's the one that I'm looking for. Make a wisdom saving throw, please, for me. Which I still think is not bad for you, Harbeck.
It should be okay, we hope. No, it's not going to be okay.
Okay, you had advantage.
Which didn't matter.
Oh dear me. Things are not.
All of a sudden, Llama, you're like, you know what? Din was always right. Why are we fighting these guys? We have no right to. Fuck it. I'm going to defend this bone serpent.
Uh-oh.
He's my friend, and he doesn't deserve to die.
Oh no.
So you stop pushing Din and square off.
Luckily for me, I am no longer attacking the bone serpent because I'm frozen. So hopefully, Harbeck won't see me as a threat.
Rogar, it's your turn.
Is it obvious what's going on with Harbeck?
Well, he was adamantly forcing Din down the corridor. Then he stopped, shook his head, and squared off in a fighting stance, looking at the rest of the party. So you can glean from that what you wish.
Let's
Morning,
see.
Thorgan.
How far is that? I can move all the way down there.
Count the squares, the scales off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Squares
scales
are
off.
5 feet.
Yep.
Oh, so that's 35. I can only move at 30. Yeah, I'll just get down there as far as I can.
Alrighty then. And anything else you want to do with your other action?
Let me... I guess it was pretty obvious how hard Din got hit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, full on in the chest with a lightning bolt. It did not look pleasant.
Oh, hey! Check that out. Lesser Restoration cures paralysis. Oh, it's touch range, though. I have to wait until next turn.
How far did you shove me down the hallway?
Probably not very far, because I was like halfway through a move action.
Oh, yep, Cure Wounds is also touch. Alright, so that's my turn!
Awesome. Brieg, what would you like to do with your action?
Well, I think I would like to desperately try one thing before Brieg panics and runs into the corner, curls up into a small ball, and weeps uncontrollably. We are going to try to tell the dwarf a funny magical joke.
Okay. That's a wisdom save, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Hey, let's roll consistently with our last wisdom save.
That's
Yes!
the spirit.
So, a dwarf, an elf, and a tree ant walk into a bar.
Tree people!
Harbeck collapses on the ground, rolling around.
And then with my move and my action, I'm gonna go about the So the only thing that I can focus my mind on is maintaining that spell and breaking down into uncontrollable sobbing fits of fear in this corner right here. I don't like it down 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 here.
Tavern, your turn.
As I move past the little gnome, I attempt to persuade him to get it together and to help us out. Pull yourself together, man.
You know Bilbo's face when he goes all Gollum about the ring in that one part of the Lord of the Rings trilogy? You get one of those. I'm shaking in the corner, and then I look at you and hiss. I don't like it down here. I don't like it down here.
And you actually couldn't be more accurate there, Eversaw. You black out.
Oh, awesome! This is gonna be
as you move past him, Tabarin. You see him literally collapse, faint, with fear.
Oh, what to do? So the gnome is passed out. Din can't move. Harbeck is laughing hysterically. And I am going to cast Shatter on the Golden Bone Naga.
Okie dokie then.
So that is a con save DC 15 with disadvantage.
Yep. Well, I failed the first roll, so... Yep, okay.
So as I
Full damage?
take 2 small pieces of stone and rub them together in my fingers, whisper an incantation under my breath. A loud, painful, intense screeching erupts from the center of the Bone Naga. 11 damage.
You do 11 thunder damage. Okay. Oh. That one. Sorry. Okay. Din! You can move again.
Oh, what?
The feeling comes back into your hands and feet, and you can actually move.
Oh! I'm gonna stab it. Can I get to it? I can stab it.
There's
Yeah.
a me, very punchy like in the way.
No,
you're
there's a
lying
you
on the ground.
rolling around on the floor laughing.
Oh,
in
right.
the way.
Trees.
Can I get past him? I mean, he's not. I mean, I don't.
You
How
can
violently
basically-
are you rolling around?
Well, he's a laughing dwarf, quite violently, but you can get over it.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
in game terms, he is prone and incapacitated.
Great. So I can pass him easily.
Yes.
And I have this two-handed attack thing. I can attack with 2 things. I don't know how to do that. Do I just roll my attack for each thing?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna stab it first and then chop it with an axe.
Okay.
There's a stab. I bet that
Maybe.
missed.
15 will miss.
Even
And
when
there's
it's
a
all
chop.
gold and super slow.
Ooh, I think my chop hit.
Oh, actually, that's a valid point. 15 will hit, sorry. Because it is...
I'll roll
it
all
is
of the
immobile,
damage.
Yep. So roll all
Um,
of the damages for me.
So I think that the way that the damage works is you get, unless you have like the feat, you don't get to add your modifier damage to the second attack. So you have to, like, whichever one is your main hand does
Yeah.
damage plus modifier. The offhand just does the damage roll, no modifier.
So you'll need
How do
to
I-
subtract...
Unmodifier it.
What's your
Uh,
strength bonus?
Fortunately, that one's going to be a 1
4.
because it's the minimum roll.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a 1.
Yeah. True.
So that one's easy to calculate.
It is very easy to calculate. Okay, so that's 8 damage, but from 2 attacks.
Right? You did take
Um,
the archery fighting style, not the 2-weapon fighting
No, I
style.
took the. I think. I thought I took the 2-weapon,
Oh, well, if you took the 2-weapon style, then you do full damage.
but I don't
with
know
both
where I
attacks.
wrote that down.
At any
What's
rate,
what's your attack with your bow? Do you have that written down?
Just under my weapon.
Yeah, is it better than with everything else?
No, it's the same.
Okay, then you did not take the archery style. So
So I took the 2-weapon. So I get all of the 11 or whatever that is. 12. I can't add.
okay, so when you slash at it with your short sword, you take a small chunk of bone out. When you slash at it with your axe, you don't even, like, the axe just glances off it.
Ka-ching.
But
Damn it.
but it's soft gold now. You can like put prints in it with your teeth.
I'm not
It's not
gonna
that
bite
soft.
it. That's a bad idea.
Even Din realizes that that is a terrible, terrible idea.
Trees.
So roll a wisdom save for me, Llama.
Oh, wisdom save.
So the
You're not my friend.
Oh wait, no, he just laughs. He just laughs uncontrollably
he
until
laughs
such time
uncontrollably as long as I can maintain concentration. So I don't
Wait,
know
you
if
just passed
blacked
out,
out
so-
self is maintaining
Yeah,
concentration.
you aren't maintaining concentration anymore.
Yeah,
Does that mean
so
that
then
it
it-
automatically passes, or?
Yeah, it automatically passes. He gets to roll
Okay.
a new save. I mean, the target gets to roll a new save if we damage it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it just lasts until concentration breaks.
Oh,
A
do I get to
full
save against
which-
the other thing?
So, you do not. But actually, no, you do because he has taken damage. So yes, you do get to make another Wisdom save. I'll
Perfect.
discount that one because it was rolled for the wrong thing.
Excellent. I would love to roll a different wisdom save than that one. Yes!
20. Okay, you managed to shake off the feeling of companionship with this bone serpent,
Wait a
and are
minute.
feeling much more yourself again.
Trees aren't funny and snakes aren't friends.
What would you like to do with your action?
Well, first, Din, we're the prey, not the predators. Let's go. I'll try to convince her with the few seconds of talking. I don't imagine I'm going to see that that's working. Din, any reaction?
You
Okay.
may be
Yeah.
muted.
Maybe muted.
Sorry. We can totally kill it. I hit it 2 times.
Great. Then it's time to help. So I will continue in and start punching a giant golden snake, I guess.
Oh, you'll want to
Yeah,
roll
yeah,
your
yeah.
Punch it with your.
So
Do not
Um,
punch it with your bare hands.
we'll go with kicks because I have shoes on. So we'll go for 2 kicks with my unarmed attack. And the flurry
Oh.
of blows thing
With the crit.
with the crit.
for not very much kick punching damage.
The funny thing is, for a total of 11 damage, you are leaving significant dents in the structure of this Naga by kicking it. It's quite obvious that that it's more susceptible to damage from kick punching than from stabby or slashy.
Okay.
But you do need to make 2 Constitution saves for me, please.
But I have shoes on. Oh no.
I guess that answers the question about the gold curse, doesn't it?
It sure does. Oh, look how heavy and bludgeony my feet are now.
You're gonna have to change your last name. Harbeck Goldfist.
With only
Goldfoot.
very Goldfoot, yeah. With only very brief contact made, you do feel one of your toes get heavier.
Good.
Um,
That's my
but,
fighting toe.
But that is the extent of the damage at this stage, at any rate. It is now my turn. Okay.
I'm assuming that me the player, not me the brig, is now a bystander in this fight.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Awesome.
I need to roll. What was it? 8d6, wasn't it? Oh no, I need to make my range touch first.
I think
Oh,
it might be a save.
get out of
Is
there.
it just a save, is it?
Yeah, let me look it up again. I thought that it was just a dex save.
You're probably right. It probably is just a dex
Yeah,
save.
it's a dex save.
Okay,
so-
so
Yeah.
because my player is being very, very difficult at the moment.
So let-
DC is spell level plus wisdom.
Yeah.
And if I look at my book here, where are you? There you are. Roll a dex save for me, please, Harbeck.
I should be
As a
good at
flash
those.
of- You are, so you'll be taking half damage then.
Oh, good. Half of a million damage.
Half of 1,000,000 damage. It's not that much damage.
Do I have any kind of... No, not until 7th level. Okay.
You take 13 damage,
Oh, good.
which is a lot better than 26 damage.
That is true.
As a lightning bolt hits you, but you sort of dodged it and just catch the edge. And you are a little sizzled.
Mm.
A little sizzled, but not terribly sizzled.
Too bad
Rogar,
this
it is
golden
now-
toe is so conductive.
I should make him do more damage because he is conductive now. The Dragonkin, or Dragonborn, or...
Do I have space to get in there?
Yes.
Can I just come right up in front of Din?
Bring the pain.
Make an attack with my,
And hit
my
your big-
warhammer.
Your big hammer of hammeriness.
I forget if Rogar is a cleric or a paladin.
Cleric.
He is a
But I
cleric.
kind of act like a paladin sometimes.
You're
He's the punchiest kind of cleric.
I am the punchiest kind of cleric.
okay.
Sorry, give me just 1 second. I needed to check one thing really quick. Okay. How does a 12 do?
You hit it.
Oh, sweet.
It's
I
a
was
mobile, so it's very easy to hit.
That gold coin helped.
10 bludgeoning damage.
10 bludgeoning damage. You leave a large dent in the thing, which is good. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good, good, good. It's now Brieg's turn. So, I'm not going to ask what Brieg is going to be doing here. Tabarin, you feel what can only be described as a small foot being pressed into your back. And the next thing you notice is a small gnome vaulting over the top of you, letting out a shrieking battle cry while whirling 2 daggers through the air, directly past Din's head at the golden snake thing. And I will just roll those.
+6 on the 2 hits. And since my allies are adjacent to it, you get sneak attack on those bad boys.
I certainly do. Can you roll me 2 throwing daggers worth of damage with sneaking attack damage, please?
Sneak attack.
Holy smokes.
It's too bad they weren't bludgeoning daggers.
Me?
No, it's not going to matter.
That was minimum damage for 12.
No, that just means one of the many dice came up as a 1.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so the daggers whiz past, and like they basically shave off some of Din's hair, and then whiz, under the arm of the raised dragon fellow's, raised warhammer arm, and just embed straight into the skull of this this bone naga thing, and it just, like, you can see the magic dissipate from it. Like, it is obvious that these 2 daggers have just brutally murdered this naga.
Thank goodness.
And Tabarin, for a very brief second, you glance into the face of what can only be described as pure evil before your halfling friend's face returns to its normal, scared, pallid look, and he passes out.
He fights in his sleep better than we do awake.
That has got to be the most unstable person I have ever met.
So, you probably can't see inside my shoe, but we might not touch this thing. I've got a golden toe. It feels quite dense.
I feel a nickname coming on.
Golden toe.
I thought we were going for quite dense.
After a few short seconds, as you all recover from the shock of having fought this thing and people being brutally beaten and shocked, Brig, you come to.
I don't like
Not
this in
lying
here.
in the corner that you were
I don't-
normally in.
I don't know what happened.
You killed it.
You won. You killed the evil thing. Good job.
What?
You seem to fight better in your sleep.
I hate it when
I
that
could
happens.
use some healing. If anyone has a... Whew.
I can do
I feel
some
a
of
bit
that.
singed myself.
Wait, I have a heal. I think I can.
I should probably mention the large chest in that room, by the way,
I-
which you've probably all seen.
I did see that. What a non-greedy adventuring party, so worried about their damage and not the giant chest of interesting.
I got shot with a lightning bolt for a lot of hurties.
Okay.
Well, and the best remedy for feeling wounded is loot.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
go work
I
on
think
opening the
it's gonna
chest.
be a cure wounds.
There's a cure wounds for you at a 10.
Okay, so 10 hit points back for...
That is solid.
That was max roll.
Clerics, everybody's favorite party member.
I'm gonna heal me too, because why not?
Okay. So, yeah, the combat is over. The initiative is now done with.
hit people
You are... The big bone thing is still... Well, it's been still for a long time, but now it is still, and you are reasonably certain no
Not
longer
fully.
animated. Harbeck has a golden toe. A couple of you have taken some significant damage, and 2 daggers are currently embedded quite deep into the skull of the golden snake statue.
Are they now golden daggers?
I was gonna ask.
No.
Well, good luck getting those out.
H-hand.
He has that magic hand thing.
Oh, how hard
I'm
can
not-
that thing pull?
Yeah, it can exert, I think, 10 pounds of pressure. It's probably not enough to dislodge the daggers that are driven
No,
like
those
6
daggers are
inches into
likely
solid
stuck
gold.
there.
Hey, does this chest look like it's going to explode and kill me if I open it?
Are you investigating the chest?
I
So,
am indeed. Shall I roll?
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Average.
Average. From what you can tell, there is nothing untowards about this chest.
Neat. What's in it?
Okay, you open up the chest.
Indeed.
Roll a constitution save for me, please.
I thought so.
I think I just failed a spot check.
Oh no.
An 8 is not going to do you so well.
Hey guys, I opened this.
Boom!
You guys, I opened this and he starts coughing as a gas releases into his face.
Hold your breath.
You're not very good at science.
Or he's great at science. He's
I learned
discovered
a lot of things that you shouldn't do.
10,000 ways not to survive this dungeon.
Hey, you've done alright so far. Okay, so you do manage to open the chest and the cloud dissipates around you and you don't feel very well. You don't feel well, basically, at this stage.
Okay.
Inside the chest you find various odds and sods. There's some gold, a couple of weapons. Specifically, there's 2 scimitars, 2 daggers, and a mace, like a one-handed mace, or morning star. And you also find a small wooden, probably cedar by the looks of things, a little wooden box, okay, which has a lock on it. If you're all sort of crowding around and having a look at the loot and doing the typical, yay, combat's over, everybody check out what we found portion of the journey. Rogar, you would actually recognize the symbol on the top.
If everyone is in there, I purposely kind of hung back because I don't want to be in front of the in front of Breg. But if I'm in the room, I will hand Harbeck a vial of the
Pure water
water,
stuff.
Pure water.
and tell him to drink that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Kick that back.
Good, you feel better. And your toe is no longer golden and quite dense.
Well, there goes my scar from this one.
I think chat's making fun of you, Llama.
It's true. This chest is the meld. And I ran for it and clicked on
The
it.
null chest. The null chest. So yes, you do recognize the symbol on the top of the box. It is the holy, or in your opinion, unholy symbol of Serath.
Of course. I'm going to make sure everybody is aware of that so that they know what the symbol looks like in the future.
No, that's on the big chest or on the small cedar box that was in the big chest.
Oh.
On the small cedar box.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Okay.
All the same, if I obviously have seen the small cedar box, make sure that people are aware of that, and we should definitely treat it with care.
I appear to have misplaced 2 of my daggers. Do you think I could take those?
The scimitars?
No, the
They're
They're
daggers.
not misplaced.
in there.
You stabbed them into the giant snake.
I don't think that's true. That just doesn't really sound like me.
Well, we all watched you do it, but you can have these, I guess.
I will let the party decide on what they want to do.
Do the weapons look extraordinarily high quality? Are they... I'm not interested in them as weapons. Would I be interested in them for value?
They do look valuable. They don't look like, typical rank and file swords and daggers.
Okay, then we should file them away somewhere.
Excuse me.
So the scimitars might be nice for the dual wielding ranger. At least you can
that's
replace
neat.
your short sword with one of them, or both of your weapons with the matched pair.
Fancy. I will do whatever you all think is best, because what do I know from weapons? I have things that are stabby, but I'll take other stabby things.
A little bit more slashy, but yeah,
Yeah, okay.
you do slashy as well.
Are we interested in opening this box?
Interested? Yes. Willing?
Perhaps in a more controlled environment. I'll stow it for now. Put the box in my backpack.
What would happen if we put the box in the blue water?
We'd have a wet box.
Whatever evil thing in here would be broken and not valuable.
But it would no longer be evil.
Right. And the
the
evil
dwarf
might
won't
be
carry
its
it 'cause
value.
he doesn't like wet.
If it's only valuable because it's evil, is that something that we really want to be trading in?
We'll see. We trade it for money, and the money is not evil. Well, that's debatable depending on who you talk to, but I don't imagine.
Isn't there another room that we didn't go in?
Yes,
There
we're
might
not
be
quite.
more undead things.
We're not quite
Didn't-
done exploring.
Dinner
really
started
like-
to wander off.
I'd really like to go home.
Well, let's follow Din down one more hallway, and perhaps we can get you out of here, Brig.
So I wrote down in my inventory that I now have a small bag of gems from the big treasure room and 2 fancy daggers. There was also
that's basically it. Yeah.
so
There
we
was
should
gold in
also
the
write
box, right?
down.
Didn't you say there was some?
I wrote
Or was it all weapons?
No, there was also some other odds and sods, like basically, like minor valuables, a few gems, a small sack of gold, a couple of unusual artifacts that might hold some kind of value. Basically, what you would consider saleable items
Right,
and
so
wealth.
Okay.
Assorted treasure.
I've written down
Yes.
assorted valuable stuff from Naga Chest.
Okay,
I
so
wrote
got
down 2 scimitars.
okay, and then I probably Rogar should take the Morning Star thing. The big smashy weapon.
Works for me.
Actually, it probably doesn't, specifically because
It's
the
evil.
embezzled on the handle of that particular weapon is
Oh,
unholy
Evil
symbol of
symbol.
Serath.
That'll
Ooh,
buff
nice
right out.
flail.
so I
Not the-
probably do not want that.
We'll just buff that right out.
Okay.
We can
Well, we
put it in the water, and then it will be wet too.
Science.
So I guess we might as well take that, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing Rogar doesn't want it, so somebody put it
I'll
in your
carry it.
backpack. Probably
Evil
the dwarf.
mace.
He
I was going to
carries
say
that stuff.
Harbeck is quite good at carrying things.
Indeed, lots of practice. Those barrels aren't light.
All right, so okay, so we're heading back down the corridors then.
Yeah, we were gonna go the one direction.
Din wandered off while we were still ogling the loot, and we all decided to follow her so she doesn't get into trouble.
I'm kind of
All
like
right, so-
dragging my feet and walking slowly and muttering to Binks periodically that I don't want to be here anymore. It's so dark, so damp.
Poor Brig. Poor Brig. Alright, so Din, as you approach that corner, slowly sneaking up and having a look around, you see that it splits into another corridor. Up and down. To the south is a door. To the north, it seems to turn a corner.
Last time I turned a corner, I found a snake, so I'm going to turn a corner.
You want another snake?
Yeah, it's such an interesting.
Do you remember
character
the almost dying?
that goes seeking?
But I have to kill all of the undead things.
Well, you can kill them a few at a time. The ones you can handle.
And the dragon man said that the lizard things are also evil and need to be destroyed.
Okay, so the corridor
This is just a
terminates
door.
there. Yeah, it terminates at a door. Right there. It's just a normal. It's just like every other door that you've encountered, basically in this dungeon, with the exception of the odd couple of doors. You know, the ones near the Chamber of Silence, etc. It's just an old wooden door. You know, waterlogged. Nothing fancy.
Okay, dwarf, you do the doors.
I do the doors. Is everyone with us?
Do the doors. I think people are sort of filtering in
We're
that
ready
direction.
for doors. Okay, let's open it.
Okay, so you're going to open the door. And are you opening the door in the way that
Gently.
you've... Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
A bit at a
because-
time, with the
Yeah.
looking through and the smelling and the listening.
Because in the past you have had a tendency to, you know, just kick them down. I'm going to double check these things. You come across what appears to be some kind of storeroom. There's food, and you know, other supplies, adventuring supplies, things that you might want to pick up. A couple of torches, some trail rations. Basically, just nothing
You
of
should have
real
come here
valuable
first.
interest that you can see.
I'm going to take the food.
I'm gonna wait and see what
happens.
happens when she takes the food, because
Yes.
everything we have touched has done something.
She
turns
picks
to
up the food. It turns to food, yeah. It turns to food in your inventory. It's just normal supplies.
Hey,
Good
let's
old-fashioned normal supplies.
stock up.
And you said torches?
Yes, so there's probably 24 torches. Dried and cured food, there's probably, I don't know, the equivalent of about 4 weeks' rations. 28 days worth of rations there, I'd say. There's other stuff as well, like there is something that might interest you, Harbeck. There's a large keg or barrel stood in one corner.
Well, I will immediately spend some time investigating that.
Okay. It does
Smelling
appear to
the-
be some
the
kind
wood.
of does appear to be some kind of alcoholic beverage currently being aged in said cask.
So I'll pick up. I assume there are a couple of arrows. I can refill my quiver.
Yeah, there's some arrows and so forth. You can refill quivers, etc. Basically just some typical supplies.
And I will-
Dungeon ale.
So whatever amount of rations I have written down in my backpack, I will fill up to that number since we've
Yep.
likely eaten some of them.
I think you only ate once, or maybe twice on the journey over.
Yeah, maybe
It was only a day's worth
twice.
of
Anyway,
Uh,
so I'm back up to 10 days of rations and 20 arrows.
One time we had berries.
You did have berries, that's very true.
They were good berries.
Okay, so, Harbeck, it's some kind of alcoholic beverage.
We'll investigate it. Well, I don't know. Do we have time? Should I uncork it and smell it and dip a finger in? And
Arbeck, perhaps we should finish exploring the evil dungeon and then get out of here before you go drinking the mystery beverage.
That's true.
Also, now, I don't have the same fortitude that you appear to, but I'm not sure that I would want to drink anything that those lizard people made.
Well, I wasn't going to drink it so much as assess whether it was drinkable. But the assessment can wait for later. We'll carry it with us.
Okay. And then you're approaching this final door?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's doing the door thing?
Is it still my job?
Yeah, you do the doors.
I will carefully do the door with the care and the hearing and the...
Roll me a perception check, please.
Oh,
Do you guys want a little more healing before we go through there?
Well, it's just a bit of a burnt. Actually, yes.
Before we go through any more doors, I didn't notice that you guys were quite that low.
I have 2/3 of my hit points. I'm feeling pretty good.
Harbeck looks like halfway.
Harbeck is roughly halfway.
Yeah. While the cleric
well,
is...
there's 4 for you.
Yeah, while the cleric is handing out some healing and so forth, anybody else who's in the area can also make perception checks.
I'm so good at these.
Okay, I'm going to do another heal.
Oh, that was like almost double digits. That's what normal people roll.
Was that for me too, that 5?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Let me come through here and take a look.
1 more level 2 heal left.
That would probably be wasteful on me. Let's wait.
Okay.
Hi, Turkey.
Hey, Toby.
And let me listen.
Okay. While listening, you don't hear anything,
Or look.
Yeah,
Or
but you
smell.
do see something. Listen, look, and smell. The trifecta of things that must be done in dungeons. Something is a little bit unusual about this door. Specifically, like, all of the other doors are waterlogged and wooden and so forth. This one is waterlogged and wooden, but it is reinforced with metal banding. But the interesting thing, the thing that catches your eye and makes you take pause, is there appears to be some kind of sticky fluid around the entire edging of the door. Almost like they were trying to seal the door. Like, in modern day terms, you'd be looking like a silicon sealant. The kind of thing that you'd, run in a crack. So, it looks like it's been sealed. And it's been sealed from this side.
Sealed against, like, air or liquid on the other side.
It's hard to tell.
But that's sort of like hermetically sealed, not just like locked down, but like
actually sealed, yeah.
Whatever's in there
Somebody wanted it to stay.
wanted it to stay.
But what we don't know is if it was somebody good that wanted a bad thing to stay or somebody bad that's trying to keep a good thing in.
I'm betting that it was something bad trying to keep something in there, but that something could be good or bad.
What if Brig opens it from around the corner? In case a big wave of gross comes out.
That's a good idea.
A wave of gross.
I'd be happy to try.
I'm going to stand really close to the flump spot.
I'm going to stand where we can run out of the place instead of be trapped in a supply room.
At least it's a room full of
I'm
supplies.
not that smart.
We'll go weeks before we have to resort to eating each other.
Okay, so this
Just
is
so
the
you know,
positioning.
dragon tastes terrible.
I'm gonna move up to the corner so I can dive down the hallway should things go amiss.
Okay.
And then I'll test the door with my mage hand.
Okay, it doesn't budge.
Oh,
Do I assume that it's locked, or is it just stuck shut because of sealer? Like, does the knob
you
turn?
can't turn the handle. No.
Okay, then I will pull out my lockpicks and see if that helps.
All right. Roll a Thieves' Tools check for me, please.
19.
19, okay. You hear a resounding click as you manage to pick the door.
And then I'll see if the 10 pounds of force that my mage hand can exert is sufficient to open the door.
And it is. The gooey substance in the cracks is actually gooey. It's not hardened or anything like that, so it's not holding the door shut. And you do manage to slowly open the door, and nothing comes rushing out at you, which is probably a good thing.
Yay!
That is
Best result.
useful.
You see a dead lizard thing, which looks a little different to the lizard things you've been fighting in here so far. Lying on the ground. It looks to be dead. Like there's a big pit. It is shackled to the wall. You can see a shackle around one of its feet. And it's lying on the ground completely immobile.
Is there like a wave of stench? I'm trying to determine why they might have sealed this door. Is there a gelatinous cube forcing its way down the hallway?
Nothing that you can see, smell, hear, sense.
Is that because I
Nothing.
have a -1 to my perception? No.
So
Maybe.
there
I
were
don't know.
not 30 green slimes compressed into a 10-foot room then.
No.
Okay.
What's the PSI? Brilliant.
Although that is definitely something I should try.
I opened the door. I'm not sure why it was all gooey.
Perhaps they wanted to suffocate that thing.
Well, it's lying in a pool of blood. I don't think that happens when you die of suffocation.
Is it alive? I'll walk right in there and poke it. Boop it on the nose.
Oh, you walked right in there and bopped it on the nose?
Well, not like bopped, but just like touched. Like, is it breathing? That kind of
poked it.
that kind of boop on the nose.
It's the walking right in there that I'm questioning. Not so
it's
much
dead.
the booping the dead thing.
I mean,
Okay, as you're approaching, so the people that have walked towards it here, so let's say Harbik, Din, and Tabrin, if you guys can all roll perception checks for me.
oh, I'm really bad at those. Hey, that's like the best one I've done ever.
That's only modestly bad.
Okay, so Flick got a 19. Alright, I'm going to rule that Harbik went to poke the thing a little faster than Flick noticed what was going on because it's a bit further back. So, Flick, what you see is the thing isn't moving, at least not naturally, it's not breathing, but something is moving in it.
Ew.
You can see a rippling inside of it, like something moving underneath its skin. And just as you go to, no doubt, call out and tell Harbik it is a bad idea,
Something in it.
Don't touch the bip.
roll a reflex save for me, please.
Oh, I'm
Harbik?
okay at those. Dexterity. Yeah.
Okay, just before you boop it, you hear, "Don't touch it!" and you stop yourself.
Is anyone else picturing Sigourney Weaver with an alien?
Like right here next to her face. Ah. I don't touch it. I
Hello,
notice
my
the
honey.
rippling.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal.
What do you do?
Drawing my weapons.
Reseal the door? It's clearly dead if something is gestating inside of it. And
Oh, let's set it on fire. Who can do that?
fire sounds
I have a
good.
torch.
I can actually just do that with my bare hands. Just warm them up.
Well, I'll back up then.
Shall we take a step back and just burning hands this corpse?
Yes.
I cast burning hands on the corpse
Okay, from where?
from in the doorway.
I will ready an Eldritch Blast.
I will get
Everybody
out of
here
the
is.
way.
You're going to have a free round here of surprise, I would imagine. Okay, so Harbik, you do your Bernie hands thing.
Channel the chi, do the motions, the strangely graceful for a thick, round dwarf motions and the wave of fire from the fingertips.
Okay. Now I need to roll. Well, I'm not going to get a save against this, so just roll damage.
Yeah. Does anyone have a more easily searchable spell list than I do? And can tell you what kind of damage that does?
I have a book. What do you need?
Burning Hands.
Burning Hands does, off the top of my head, 3d6 damage, but out of the book,
I believe that's correct.
3d6 damage in a 15-foot cone.
Hey, 15.
Nice.
15 damage. That's very, very respectable.
Yeah,
That was good
work.
dice.
Okay. And for some reason, my token has disappeared, so I'm not going to have a token for this, so you're going to have to use your imagination.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't have one of those. Video games have ruined me.
No! Okay, so as the flames wash over the corpse, like as soon as the flame touches the corpse, it ruptures. It just bursts, and viscera and gore goes everywhere. And a swarm of these small, wriggly, snake-like, leech-like, they're really gross.
AoE attacks are great against swarms.
My reflexes unleash fury.
So yeah, they're really, really gross, and everybody is going to roll initiative, which is going to be important, but you're all going to get a free action. So yes, there's this swarm of gross, leech-like, horrible green things that have just ruptured from this lizard man corpse. Okay,
Do you want to clear the turn order before we roll again?
I think it just automatically
just
updates.
I think it'll replace as long as you, if you click
did.
it out of the... Yeah.
I just have to reorganize it once it's actually through.
I thought I clicked mine.
You have to have your token selected.
You
did have my token selected, but maybe I had 9 before. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
think that I
rolled
clicked it.
similarly, it looks like.
Oh, hey, right. It tells me over in the
Chat log.
chat
It
log
says you
that I
rolled an
rolled.
8.
Okay.
You did roll an 8.
Pay more attention.
And I need to roll mine, which is... Sorry, 1 second. I don't think it's going to matter, frankly, because you spotted them ahead of time. So let me just add... Where's bad guys? There it is. Bad guys are at 7. And then we organize. Okay, so we're all good. So the burning wave of flame, you can see them singed and writhing in what appears to be agony, and there is a high-pitched keening or screeching that you're hearing as the flames wash over them, and they're obviously very unhappy about being burnt. And then an eldritch blast flies over your shoulder, Harbeck, slams into them, doing how much damage for me? And what's the save on that one, if there is a save?
It's an attack.
Okay.
And 12 damage.
20 hits, and you do 12 damage. Okay, so it's 27 damage that they've taken so far. Yep, alright, next is Din. Din, what are you going to do? Maybe muted.
Sorry, I don't know what to do with that many creepy crawly things, so I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Okay.
I can't shoot all of them.
Then Brig.
I also can't shoot all of them. And I can't make them all laugh, which is like the only other thing that I do.
Can I use a torch as a weapon?
Yeah, I think you can. I think it does like 1d4 damage or something.
Like light it and throw it into a room as a weapon?
Ooh.
I don't think it would be very effective.
I have a cask of dungeon ale.
Are you hoping that it's more than 100 proof and will be flammable?
Consider making a bomb.
It's worth trying.
I'm gonna do it back here.
I am just going to shoot an arrow at the writhing mass of gross. Okay. There's a room with more arrows that I can replace if it's totally useless. Doesn't hurt anything.
This is true. Make an attack. 18 will hit.
For 9.
9 and an additional
Oh, I
Or
didn't crit.
which it's not. Okay, so 9 damage. Okay, most of them are dead or writhing around on the ground in agony. There's only a very, very small number of them left. Rogar, your turn.
Wow, since there's not a whole lot left, is pretty much AoE the only thing?
Just come
You
join
guys
me in the
think it's gonna
Stampy
work on
dance.
Yeah, I mean, you can just go squish him. I think.
Okay. If I can get through that hallway.
Yep.
Can I
Yeah,
move that
you
far?
can get in there and make an attack.
I can barely get to the doorway based on my position.
You won't be able to attack them from there, so...
Okay. My turns are the most interesting.
Alright, so now we actually go to the top of the initiative order proper, and Din, you got the first turn.
Well, if we're just stepping on them, then I can do that part. I can get to here. I can stand on top of Harbeck.
You can probably be like one square to the left or right.
Yeah.
There So you're going to swing your weapons at them? Or are you going to
Sure.
try and stamp on them? What are you going to do?
I'll swing some weapons.
Okie dokie. Why are you sad, Dorgan? Alright, 16 and 22 both will hit. Roll damage for me. For a total of 14 damage. With a flourish of steel, Din slices and chops the last remaining squirmy things on the ground.
Okay,
Oh.
let's go.
Those were gross.
Well,
I really don't like it in here.
this is an interesting situation to find ourselves in. So this guy looks different. He's some other
He's-
kind of lizardy guy.
Yeah, he's not the same type of lizardy guy. It's a different type of reptilian. The other reptilians looked very lizard-ish, and these ones are more amphibian.
Okay, including the writhy ones on the ground?
The
They-
writhy ones on the ground look more like leeches. They're little gross.
Okay, so
Like
so
sluggy
probably
things.
not like larva for some other lizard thing.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just
I
an
don't think so.
infestation of disgusting. And not a clue as to what was going on in here.
Killing was going on in there. We killed a lot of things. We set fire to some things.
This is very true as well.
I think I'd like to get out of here.
Well, I don't see
that was
anywhere
all
else
there
to
is.
explore, so I think that might be the best course of action.
He uses his underground sense to realize that the entirety of the dungeon has been explored and it must be time to leave. Roll a perception check for me, everybody, please.
But I'm so bad at those.
And also,
That's
I'll be right back.
apparently what I do best.
Ooh, mine worked. Well, I mean, that's like the best one I've ever done.
24.
I swung another 3.
Nice.
It's always bittersweet to not get to see what the enemies do.
Yeah.
Just like my curiosity isn't satisfied about that fight, but my victory sense is very satisfied that I didn't take more damage and nothing awful happened to me.
Okay, I really have to dash, so we're going to leave that cliffhanger, the perception check, as the cliffhanger for the last end of the episode. I'm going to be a little bit longer here, 5 or 10 minutes. My new bed has just arrived. I have to go meet the delivery guy, so...
Told you it would
I'm
come
gonna-
right on the
Yay!
hour.
Yeah, it really did. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys, and then I'll let you know what the perception check